What is going on, Governors? Chisgule here, and oh my goodness, Nightmare difficulty of the Karak ceremony. It's here. Karak ceremony's here. It wasn't here at reset. It just hit our kingdom. And, yup, we're going to play it. We're going to completely dominate, crush the Nightmare difficulty of Karak ceremony. I don't know if we can do it, but we're actually going to try. This is the dream. Karak ceremony is here. We're going to live stream it. Only the bravest can walk through nightmares unscathed. That's right. Infinite mysteries treasure is what it says there. That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. So let's fire this thing up. We're going to hit the challenge button here. Are you sure that you want to attempt the Karak ceremony on nightmare difficulty? The difficulty cannot be changed. Yeah. We're going to do that. We're going to do that, but it looks like for some reason the stream is not performing particularly well. We got a little bit of internet speed issues. That's fascinating. We're just going to double check here, make sure our stream is healthy and rocking. Oh, there we go. We got people popping in now. Excellent. Welcome. Karak ceremony, nightmare difficulty. There's no going back when we push that button. There's no going back. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, looks like the stream's live. Looks like the stream is healthy. I clicked into it now. Excellent. Excellent. Glad to see that. We're going to just promote it really quickly in media chat. Going live, Karuak, nightmare. Okay. We're in. Viewers are joining. Tice, what's going on? Let's do this thing. Nightmare difficulty, baby. Oh, yes. Confirm. We're doing it. All right. Nightmare difficulty. What are the rewards in nightmare difficulty? I mean, we're going to go all the way to the top, right? So let's see what's at the very top. I guess it showed us earlier. But as you make your way up, I mean, we're looking at a solid 9 legendary sculptures. Yeah, baby. Yeah, that seems real good. And let's see here. Is there anything else to see that's interesting? No. We need to start smashing the Karak ceremony. Yes. Dude, you know what's the best day ever? Is Karak ceremony combined with more than gems. Karak ceremony combined with more than gems is, in my eyes, living the dream. We are living the dream right now. Any tips to do Karak ceremony? I'm on server 38 days old. First Karuak, I don't know what difficulty to go to or how to do it. Your first Karuak you got to do on the very easiest difficulty, and you're going to have to beat it all the way to 100. Use up potions to do that in the first 2 days of the event, because on the third day, everyone's going to try to be doing it, and you're not going to be able to compete with the zillions of people doing rallies. So let's fire this thing up. I don't even know what commanders I want to use yet for this first part of this event. Let's fire this thing up. We're going to get our first one going. There's not enough space around my city. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. All right. And, you know, my strongest troop, this is going to be easy. It beats Cao Cao and Minamoto. But the thing that we want to do here is actually put experience onto some of our commanders. So I'm going to start by using Boudica. And we're going to put some experience onto our CPO. I really want to get experience on a CPO. Is that? Yeah, that's the play. That is the play. All right. Here we go. This is going to be really easy to start. So the key to the start of this is going to be camping your troops regularly so that they don't actually go back to town. If they go back to town, that's going to be kind of a problem for your action points. You want your action point cost to go down and down and down. Because, yeah, we're going to have to use a lot of potions. This is going to be super potion heavy. And we might honestly have to teleport somewhere, because apparently there's not room around my city. So while the chat is getting populated, now is a good time to ask any questions you've got. I suppose I can talk more about Karak ceremony strategy. I'm going to ultimately use 3 armies to battle the higher tiers of this individually. Hopefully I don't have to use an army expansion, but if I do, I will. Oh man, AB to Beast is back. Hi, Dad. Dude, I swear I'm not actually this guy's dad. Can you protect me if Gecko gets mad? Dude, what's Gecko gonna do to you? What's Gecko gonna do to you? Besides which, what's he at? 8 million power? Pfft, whatever. Zing! Anyways, I love you, Gecko. Actually, I do enjoy Gecko's streams and videos. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Uh-oh. Gecko's about to... Gecko is one of my admins, by the way, on this stream. So Gecko, don't abuse your great power. It comes with great responsibility. Oh, man. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. All right. Sweet. We're going to attack this guy. We're using Boudica with Sams. Bunch of samurais is what I mean by Sams. And we're going to see how far we can get in the ceremony tonight. I have enough action points to go all the way. We may go all the way tonight. Why not? Any tips on getting gold keys? Do all of the events, David. Do all of the events. There's so many gold keys to be found. Chisgule, will you watch my 5-minute video on the ending of Arc of Osiris and watch a beast fight 6 minutes? AB to Beast. Thanks for the $5 donation. Bro, he said he was going to fly out geckos on airplanes and attack me, even though I live in Minnesota. I mean, geckos are pretty sweet. Completely unrelated. That's a weird threat to fly geckos on a plane. When I was a kid, I really wanted a leopard gecko. I don't know how that's at all relevant to Rise of Civilizations, but I did. Here we are, talking about leopard geckos. I had a book on it. It was the coolest thing on the face of the earth. We're doing Karak Ceremony Nightmare difficulty for those of you who just joined. And we're going to completely smash this, and we may just do the whole thing tonight. I've got the action point potions. I've been waiting for this moment. Dijon, thanks for the feedback. AB to Beast, thanks for the $2 donation. What can I do to combat geckos? You know, I read a book about geckos as a kid. They are a lizard, right? Which means they're sensitive to temperature. You should manipulate the temperature. That's how you battle a gecko. The gecko says, I'm planning on buying one and have a gecko tank cam for the stream. That's amazing. You should 100% do that. Green screen your gecko into your game. BDB, hey, thanks for the feedback. Really appreciate it. Mikkel, have you challenged the Karak event boss? We've not done the boss. The event literally just happened. I'm going to make sure that my alliance schedules these bosses. I'm going to make sure my officers know that. We're going to pick a time, and we're going to do it at a certain time. Hey, B to Beast, thanks for the $2 donation. How do you burn something in minus 30-degree weather? Good news. Geckos can't survive in minus 30-degree weather. They need heat, so you're completely safe. We're only on level 6, but we are on Nightmare difficulty. Like, I think this is going to creep up in difficulty so fast. But good news, my friends. We're going to bust out the big guns, Minamoto, Cao Cao, and we're going to do work on these barbarians. I guess they're not barbarians. What are they? On these Caligors. Nightmare difficulty has Caligors. He says, you're too weak to even call yourself my enemy. All right, bro. Whatever. Can you attack the same Karak separately? I don't know that I totally get that question. AB to Beast, $2 donation. Told you, Gecko. I'm in a gecko-free state. It's true. It's true. No gecko can harm you there, AB to Beast. You're safe. Safe and sound. All right, we're up to level 7. I suppose I'm using a more tanky army than I could. So this will go, I don't know, could go faster, but one of the biggest things to talk about for this event, and I'm just going to make sure my troops are going to park, is that look at all the experience we're getting here. Look at the experience we're getting for every single one of these. As much as possible in the early part of the event, you want to be using commanders that you want to put experience onto. So I really want to power up my CPO, so that's why we're using CPO right now. Paired with Boudica, of course, a Peacekeeper as the primary for that combination. Oh, can two people attack the same Karak without a rally? Good question, Ramon. You can attack with two of your own armies, but two different players cannot. Another player can only attack your Karak challenge if you rally it or ask for help. And when you ask for help, they have to lead a rally, I believe. The Gecko. I have custom coats made from my Gecko army. You're messing with the wrong Israeli. Oh boy. A coat made of geckos? You're saying you killed geckos for their skins and made a coat out of it? How does that work? Dijon, Chisgule would love. Would Lohar work in Karak ceremony? Yes, Lohar will be awesome. There's one reason I'm not using Lohar, and that is because I think I did park my army, right? I did. It was my other army that returned. I'm not using Lohar because he's almost at level 60, which means, yeah, I can power level 1 commander, but I'd rather have experience on 2 commanders, you know? So you should never put experience tomes on Lohar. I did not put any on him. I got this far with Lohar purely by, like, Shrine and Altar Guardians. Which, I know, pretty nuts. All right, level 9. Cruising right along. AB to Beast, thanks for the $5 donation. Chisgule, do you think Mina Tsao combination would work well with geckos, buffed geckos? You know, I've never run geckos in a Mina Tsao army, so I couldn't tell you how that's going to work out. Which special unit is a gecko most like? Probably an infantry unit. All right. Atkar says, how dare you start streaming when I was eating breakfast? Haha, it's entertainment for your breakfast. How long will I be streaming? I don't know. How long do you think it takes to beat the Karak ceremony on Nightmare difficulty? Should we make a marathon? Should we make a marathon out of being Karak on Nightmare difficulty? I've got the action point potions. You tell me. Should we do it? Hey, Chis, would you be able to shout out Kingdom 73? What's up, Kingdom 73? Adele, the nobles, for me, to my king. Oh, that name. Choco Price, and 2 alphas, Bitson and Hellinger. What's going on? Shout out from Chisgule Gaming. You're live on the stream. We're going to keep powering up and battling higher and higher levels. Now, this should be a mini boss level of difficulty. I don't know. Should be easy enough for our Sammys to take out. And by the way, I guess we should use a boost here. Little attack boost. Yeah, there's a gem event going on right now, and I am the happiest human on the face of the earth. A gem event and the Karak ceremony, this is the dream. This is the dream. Now, I'm not too worried about my Boudica CPO combination getting kind of low on health because Boudica's got healing and CPO is going to start healing when I get low, so it's fine. We're going to push our luck, see how far we can get before we got to return to town. AB to Beast, thanks for the $20 donation. Gecko, no good night for me. Oh, it's a message directly to Gecko. All right. That's cool. Yeah, we're cruising along here. This is going to be hard on Nightmare difficulty, by the way. Free Flyer. Dude, I am beyond happy. I'm like over the moon that a gem event is here. It's the best of the best. Jlax, what's going on, dude? Good to see you in here. Doing Karak while doing Karak. Nice combo. Yes, I imagine you're doing Karak ceremony and watching me do Karak ceremony, and that's pretty funny. Oh, park my army. There we go. Now see that? Oh, yeah, look at that experience. Woo! 40,000 experience a pop. So that was 80,000 experience total for that one fight. And we're only on level 10. AB to Beast. I think I've chosen the stream. He donates to you now. Hey, thanks for all these donations, man. It is awesome. This stream powered by AB to Beast. And by the way, AB to Beast is doing a jumper group. I'm going to talk about this in my next video a little bit. But he's running a jumper group. And I don't know, if you put your link, Beast, in the chat, folks can see how to get more information about your jumper group. Last I saw, you were planning to start the process in like 4 days. So if you are starting over, that's a pretty solid plan. I sort of wish I had gone with a jumper group when I started over. You can kind of buy your way out of that problem if you've got money instead of time. So I ended up spending a bunch of money because I didn't know any better. I didn't know how beginner's teleports worked. And I ended up actually joining an alliance. It was Plus Ultra Kingdom that knew what they were doing. They had previously been in like Kingdom 16 or 17 and re-rolled on 51. So I got some of the benefit of being with kind of a jumper group, sort of. How many stars does CPO need from 5 to 6? Like 350 to 400 epic stars? It's pretty nuts. It's a lot of stars. It's a whole heck of a lot of stars. All right, we're going to burn through these action point potions real fast. And good news, we have a ton of them. Not worried about it. Not worried about it at all. We were ready for this moment. Ankit says we're 87 days into our server, and the gem event just went live for the first time. That is the dream. Gem event is the dream. Ramon, that's a lot of experience, right? Peacekeepers are amazing. Ooh, I also am rocking a rune of proficiency. Haha, 10% more experience. So that's helping. We also have a kingdom research speed buff going right now because there was a 15% research rune. So I was like, all right, I'll pay for the kingdom to get some research speed. Get strong, baby. Get strong. So a whole bunch of folks are doing research right now for big stuff. I'll show you the research I'm doing in just a minute. Yeah, good. My army is camped. You can see how tanky this army gets when CPO gets low. This is, of course, because of CPO's second skill over here. My CPO's second skill is honestly kind of in an embarrassing place. I probably should skill him up a little bit more. I mean, no, I'm going to save my sculptures. Well, I'm going to impulse level him to the next level. I'm doing it. I don't normally do an impulse upgrade, but see, it was even super relevant. I like that upgrade. All right. We're going to keep cranking here. We're going to keep cranking. Something that I do really poorly in this style of game is that I hang on to resources longer than I should. I hang on to sculptures and speed ups and resources when I really should convert that into power that I can benefit from right away. For those of you that are just joining, we're on the Nightmare difficulty for the Karak ceremony, and we're going to beat it. And we're probably going to beat it tonight. Yeah, baby. We're doing it. We're going the distance. All right. Here, camp my army. Jalax. Use more armies when you reach Karak level 10, 20, 30. They give so much experience. Oh, interesting point. Yeah, I'm totally doing that wrong. I don't care about the action points. I just get all that experience. Duh. Thanks, Jalax, for the tip. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. I wasn't expecting it to be 40,000 experience. I was expecting a lot, but like not that much. That's a lot. Is More Than Gems event worth playing? Look, I'm going to say this. I'm a sponsored creator with Rise of Civilizations. With that said, where will my gems be spent? Today, tomorrow. It resets every day, by the way. Each day you got to get to 25. So 25,000 gems spent. And I'm probably going to put all those gems into Books of the Covenant to level up my castle. That's probably where my gems are going to go. That is probably where my gems are going to go. Now, the way you can get gems for like super, super, super value is the 30-day gem supply. And like, look, I put my money where my mouth is on that one. Where is it? Supply Depot. I've got 54 days of this gem supply. At one point, I had over 100 days of this gem supply purchased. And that's because there was a recharge event that was like rewarding you every couple days for having bought stuff. So anyways, I did more than I should. But that's how good I think the 30-day gem supply is. In hindsight, I should have been getting a bunch of the 7-day speed up supply as well, because I'm actually going to try to push to tier 5 troops. Would I recommend that to everyone as a spending priority, the 7-day speed up supply? I'd have to think about it more. But like tier 5 is all about speed ups. That's the game. Yeah, Free Flyers commenting that the gem event is amazing because you basically spend gems wherever you want and you get, 26 legendary sculptures. I mean, seems really good to me. Do we need to go back to town? Nah, one more. One more and we'll go back to town. refill our troops here. Which app do I use for voice? We use Discord. My alliance uses Discord for voice. That's the way to go. For this video, I'm using OBS. Jonathan asking for a skill tree on Cleo. Yeah, I'll show you Cleo. Here's my Cleo. I took her to 40. I leveled her up to 40. I got superior tools up at the top, which you get every required talent along the way. And then modified axle. This is sweet. 30% movement speed is a lot. That's a big deal. This is what I use on every single one of my gathering commanders. Honestly, on some of my other gathering commanders, I don't know where to put the extra points because it like kind of doesn't matter. So I'll show you. See, all my gatherers are 40. I put my money where my mouth is. All of them are 40, but I have 2 more points. Where are they going to go? What, defense? Attack of troops? Like, who cares about that? I guess I should put them somewhere, but I don't know. And I see no reason right now to level them up past 40, right? Like, there's no reason in the game, as far as I can tell, to do that. Is Ulji primary and Boudica secondary good for something? If you brought all infantry, you could be using Ulji primary. Otherwise, I would definitely be using Boudica as the primary with the skill tree, and then Ulji as the secondary. Oh, good for full infantry. Yeah, I mean, so if you had the full infantry, I think Ulji Mundak would be cool. You could run an infantry build, assuming that you're doing PvP. If you're doing PvE, then you want to have your Peacekeeper be the primary. Slam dunk. Can I show you the Joan build? My Joan build is the same as all my other builds. So, for gathering, that is. Let me get my next group roll in here, and we can review a little more. We'll attack. Yeah, we're still bringing all Sams. Cool. We'll keep this going. We'll keep this going. AB to Beast. $10 donation. Donations aren't working, so I can't send what I want to send. Thank you for the shout out. Hey, thanks for the donation again. First jump in 5 days. Started in Kingdom 51. AB to Beast. Okay, he's got his Discord information in here if you want to connect with him. Sweet. Very cool. I'm going to park my army. And the request was for... was a Joan of Arc build? Bada boom. Here's my Joan of Arc. I have enough talent points to get Hasty Departure. There you go. We picked up Hasty Departure. I mean, I guess that's like saving me the tiniest amount of time for gathering. But, you know, I would consider using Joan of Arc in PvP as a primary. I would consider doing that if I was going to use Joan of Arc as the primary for PvP. I would be using basically a full support tree build. Like, I would max out almost every talent in the support tree. Hands down. Did you show the tree? The app crashed. Oh, man, sorry that the app crashed. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. I can flash Boudica, or not Boudica, Jones build again real quick. I also showed Cleo. It's basically the exact same thing. Exact same thing. Easy peasy. All right. There we go. I guess we should have some gatherers going at the same time. Well, actually, no, we shouldn't, because we're going to need to send multiple armies here to battle this. We're going to need to send multiple armies in a second for big experience gain. Another $5 donation from AB to Beast. I'm going to stop donating for tonight because I don't want geckos attacking me while I sleep. True enough, my friend. Good luck with the rest of the stream. Hey, thanks again for all those donations, AB to Beast, and for all your support. I really appreciate it. You are far and away my top donor, and that is awesome. Is my voice original? I'd like to think I have a pretty original voice. If I don't get some water soon, I probably won't have much of a voice, but I think I have a pretty original voice. If you use Boudica for PvP, is her build different, or just use her for secondary? Yeah, so if I'm using Boudica for PvP, so if you're still leveling up with Boudica, here's what I would do. If you're worried about PvP and PvE, here's what I would do. Let's pull up Boudica. I would, with Boudica, rock Insight and Quick Study, and If you really are trying to optimize for PvP, you don't have to get Trophy Hunter, but it's so good I would get it. I would then make my way over to Feral Nature. I would then make my way over to Thoroughbreds. And by the way, when you're going to Feral Nature, the thing you want to start with is Rejuvenate. Rejuvenate is amazing. The other stuff off to the side here is really good, but completely irrelevant for PvP, so I would ignore it, and now you've got a hybrid sort of a build, which is sweet. Wow, these battles are taking a while with the Boudica CPO combination. We're also on Nightmare difficulty, by the way, so yeah, they'll take a little longer. All right, we got some seltzer. Our voice is saved. We've been saved. We're on the level 19, and after this, we're going to send a bunch of armies to battle the level 20. Can I show a Minamoto talent tree for Karak ceremony? You know, I can't because I just specialized my Minamoto for PvP. This is the PvP build I'm trying out right now. If I were to specialize Minamoto for the Karak ceremony, I would do, well, I'm going to keep it here. I would do the full skill tree, starting with Rejuvenate and Feral Nature. One of the very first things you have to get is Insight, followed by Quick Study. I love Trophy Hunter. And then you're going to want to make your way to Mighty Force and also pick up Killer Instinct. That's what you want to be doing for Karak ceremony. Now, I don't think ours is going to be so insane that we have to respec, because like we've got some really awesome commanders and a high rally capacity, so I think we're going to be fine. I hope we're going to be fine. This could be tough. This could be tough. Adam is asking, who is the strongest player in our kingdom? I believe that it is B. I believe that B is the strongest player in our kingdom. Let's check that out. Here's B. 69 million power, 69 and a half. Honestly, we had a lot of war in our kingdom. Took a toll. Took a real toll. We'd probably be in the 80 to 90 million power range right now if, there wasn't a big war. But we all are a lot better at PvP now because we've had experience with it. So net positive, I think. Net positive. Oops, I just healed all my troops. Well, that's going to be interesting. Ooh, hey, free gold chest. I like gold chests. Oh, cool. 2 buy bars. I'll take it. We have 8 more keys. We'll probably open them on the stream. But importantly, let's summon a level 20. And to battle this level 20, we're going to want to send 3 armies. 3 armies at least. Honestly, the experience is so good. We're going to send Lohar, and who are we going to power level? Who do we even need to level? See, that's the weird thing. That's the weird thing. I guess I want to power level Kusunoki. And we're going to send a bunch of crossbowmen. And then I guess we'll send some cavalry. Oh, it's right outside the city. Come on. I guess I needed to set all my army presets. So I really want to put experience on its Cao Cao. And I guess I'll put more experience onto Pelagius. And send a bunch of cavalry. And I have another Peacekeeper. I mean, let's just put some experience on him. Seems worth it. We'll go like this, and I guess like this, and it doesn't matter because we want to, hit before it dies. And we did. Okay, we're going to get so much experience right now. This is going to be amazing. How much experience did we just get? Huh, it's less experience. Oh, wait, no. Wait. Okay, 35,000 on those, 40,000 on those, 52,000 on those, and 35,000 on those. Yeah, baby. Thanks, JLax, for the reminder that you should just send all your armies, even if you don't need to, assuming you have the action points, just to get a ton of value in speed ups. Or not speed ups, in experience. Man, I can't talk. It's a little late here. We got Spooby on the stream. Oh, yeah. Hey, those rewards. That's cool. We got rewards. These rewards are pretty decent for beating level 20 and for beating level 10. This is fun. Karak ceremony is the best. It's actually the best. Let's crank up our action points. And what do we want to battle? 21? I think I still want to power up my Boudica CPO. That's really where I want all my experience to go. So we're going to keep rocking these Sams and power them up. Bada. Boom. We're on Nightmare difficulty, and if we can pull it off in this stream, We're going to go all the way to 100 and we're going to beat it. We're going to go all the way to 100 and beat it. Who would I put Charles Martel with for an open combat talent build? Also, should Charles Martel be the first or the secondary? Okay, if you're a big spender and you have Richard I, that's the best pairing in the game. Otherwise, if you've got Charles Martel and you're a moderate spender, you probably want them to be the secondary commander because you probably have an epic commander that's higher level and you would want to use them. You've got a bunch of options. You could use another infantry commander like CPO, like Ulji Mun. Oh, sorry. Did I say CPO? I guess you could use CPO. I meant to say, wow. I meant to say Ulji Mundok as the infantry commander. Sun Tzu would not be the best pairing because I don't think the skill damage helps him. But it would be a fine pairing. CPO works because he's a generalist. I also think that Boudica is pretty interesting. She could be the primary and you get the skill tree. I like Joan of Arc as well. Like if you use a sort of rage tanking build and you get that shield from Charles Martel, that seems really good. Seems really, really good, actually. Should we be doing that? We gotta try that out. Adam, hey, Kingdoms 166, big fan. Thanks for the support. Pranish, why so many people prefer to use cavalry instead of infantry? Because they're fast. Cavalry are fast, and nobody wants to wait around while your troops walk places. The cavalry talents are really good as well. There's one in particular called Charge that makes it so you go 30% faster when your army's at half health. And that is really crucial for saving yourself from taking unnecessary losses after you have clearly already lost a battle. Really big deal. What is the easiest legendary to get cavalry? It'd be Minamoto. You can buy your way into Minamoto through the VIP chests, all in all, assuming you have the VIP level. It's like $200 in chests, which sounds like a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things for commanders in this game, it's not. Mikel is asking, Chis, may I ask, could you show us how does the king give away the trophies? Yeah, I can show you what that looks like. So I tap into a player's icon. I tap into the little symbol that kind of looks like an iron. And then I select the trophy, and then I hit distribute. And right now, all the trophies are distributed, but I'm pretty sure our temple... Well, I'm going to fire this up real quick. I'm pretty sure that our temple is about to be captured again. So in 40 minutes, all those refresh, and I can give gifts again. I use the gifts primarily for diplomacy, by the way. Instead of giving them to ourselves, we give the lion's share away to other alliances in our kingdom. Which I think... what I'd like to do is actually create a tournament that is like, I don't know, we'll probably have 5v5 and 10v10 and power brackets and all kinds of stuff like that. And winners of those tournaments will get the trophies during Mighty Governor. That's probably the long-term play for the trophies. At least some of them. So you can see here, it's getting a good bit harder. My troops are taking more damage than they were before. And we're only on level 24-ish? 23? Jeez. This is going to be fun. Nightmare difficulty. Cheers to that, my friends. Ulji Boudica or Ulji Scipio for full infantry for PvP in Osiris? I would say Ulji Scipio. You really want the tankiness. Scipio is a monster in open field. Use him and enjoy. And honestly, like, Scipio could be the primary. I'm planning to use Scipio. I was very shocked to realize that Scipio was the correct commander for me to be using as a primary commander in the Ark of Osiris, just because I have like so many other commanders that are in a better place, but I think he is. When I support a rally, I use Scipio and I use Joan of Arc as the secondary. And the reason I use that combination is that after the rally is done, after the rally is completed, they're going to be in the open field. And so I've made an army that's very, very supportive without taking away from my other two armies that can dominate the open field, and that includes my cavalry, Mina Cao Cao army, and also my infantry, which is Richard I and Boudica. I personally am using Richard I and Boudica. Now, why am I using Richard I as the primary? In part because I've got him at level 60. In part because I'm still using Boudica as a peacekeeper. But even in my perfect world, The skill tree might be better on Boudica to have her as the primary in a perfect world. Chisgule, how many battles have I lost? I mean, I guess it would be against like barbarians or whatever. I think it's like less than 20. Garam says, Chisgule, what do you think about Osman and CPO? Osman and CPO, huh? Let's get a look at Osman. So I don't think Osman and CPO make a ton of sense. I mean, I take it back. If you're attacking a player's city, they might be fine. Although after attacking a city for more than 30 seconds, increase the troop attack by 5% for a duration of 120 seconds. Like, when are you attacking a city for more than 30 seconds? If the rally's being reinforced? Like, I don't know. The problem with Osman is that he's all about dealing damage. And he's got some troop capacity, which is good, right? It's not bad. But I would want to pair with a commander like Sun Tzu, who elevates the damage. That's what I would be trying to do. So I think that CPO and our friend Osman could be fine. I would actually, if you use Osman as the primary, I feel better about it. Because like there's a lot of rage restoration you could get from that, which I think would be really good. I think that could be cool. Actually. Oh, did my troops go back to the city? All right. Well, they sort of needed to go back to the city anyways. Level 25. And what's amazing is that we're almost at the point where I would say, like, it takes too long to do it with this combo. We're going to have to upgrade to some more high-powered troops in a minute here. We're going to have to bring out some big guns. So I want to call your attention to something. And I've not talked about this in any of my videos. This is like pro tip over here. So you see how the skill duration is 5 seconds on CPO Africanus? To me, this says that this commander does not need a lot of rage to do the thing he's trying to do and to keep this skill up and running all the time. Whereas other commanders have skills that last for like 2 seconds. For instance, Cao Cao is a 3-second debuff. If you don't have the skill tree, you're not going to be able to maintain these debuffs at 100% consistency, which you want to do. A commander like Richard I, right? His skill only lasts for 2 seconds. So to me, that says you really want to put this commander with someone who can restore a lot of rage, because you benefit so much from having the skill fire off really, really fast. Whereas CPO, like, look, if it fires off every 2 seconds, who cares? It would have lasted for 5 seconds. See what I mean? Pro tip on the stream. We did it. At Car, what do you recommend for free-to-play to focus infantry or cavalry? I generally think cavalry is the play. I really like cavalry. Big fan. We'll read the rest of your question. I mean, by what I can contribute more to my alliance in wars. Oh, okay, interesting. Referring to Scipio Ulgi or Pelagius Belisarius, where to focus? If you are not an alpha, I think it's even more important to be able to move very, very quickly on the battlefield, because if you get caught out of position, you're going to be in serious trouble. So I think it is even more important for a free-to-play player to be using cavalry, because you get a lot of movement speed, and that can help you out of situations that you get into that are really, really bad. So that would be my recommendation to you. Go cavalry, because you can get out of bad situations. And like, look, we're all still getting used to how to like properly position ourselves on the battlefield. But one of the biggest challenges in the Ark of Osiris is not getting caught out of position. And if you do get caught out of position in Ark of Osiris, like, your whole army is dead. You're going to have like 70,000 severely wounded units. That is the worst. So cavalry will be the play. Popo Lococo wants to see how many troops I have. Sure, we can show you how many troops I have. We can show you how many troops I've got. We'll fire that off. Here's what we're looking at. Oh, some of my troops are injured right now, so it's showing less than I actually have. But there you go. I have some low-level siege engines from one of those events where it was like train some number of troops. I got to power those up, but otherwise we're going to move everything up to T4. That's the plan. And if we go into our city, we should be doing some healing here. Yeah, that's a good amount to heal. Keep that healing rolling. All right. We're up to level 27, cruising right along. We're going to go all the way to 100 potentially tonight. I don't know. How many hours was I planning on playing? We'll see. Okay. Oh, it's Popo Lolo Coco. Got it. I'll pronounce that name correctly. Adkara says, what if they nerf cavalry and buff infantry in the future? I mean, maybe they'll do that. But for now, the reality is the cavalry is really good. So play to the game that's here, not to the game that might possibly be in the future, in my opinion. Delta 150, best commander, build to defend flags or a pass. Now that, my friend, is the magical question. That is the magical question. I think it is probably Name of the King and Effortless. Let me make sure my troops are parked. I think it's Name of the King and Effortless. Well, no, defending. You don't get a benefit from Name of the King. I do really like close formation, especially if you're reinforcing the target. I like strategic prowess. I love Effortless because it's going to be a long fight. The extra healing is a big deal. I like that a lot. And I don't know, maybe Julius Caesar with Richard I would be really solid. I sort of made that up on the fly, but I think it could be really good. This is like basically the topic of my next video that's going live tomorrow morning, except the attacking side of things rather than the defending side of things. So here's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, my video is going to be best armies for attacking. And by that, I mean best commanders and best builds. And, oh wow, I'm getting low. I'm going to go back to town. And the day after, I'm going to do the best armies for defending in Ark of Osiris. I'm going to answer that comprehensively. Akkar is asking, how did Legend Ronnie smash cavalry with his archer setup and also defend a rally alone? He used Herman and Osman. So the thing that would make a difference, in my opinion, is going to be the technology. Basically your research. If Ronnie is winning battles where he's way overpowered, or sorry, where he's countered by the enemy's troops, that means that either he's got better commanders, either more skills or more talent points, or he's just got more research. And we should look at research, actually. Like, I keep saying this, and I realize now that I have to show it to really convey the significance. When you look at research, let's go all the way over here. A player who's got T5 troops is going to have combined arms totally maxed out. For instance, that's an extra 25% attack for having that maxed out, which is insane. And they've got that on encampment too, but for health. Okay? And they've got that, oh no, sorry. Encampment's defense. Medical core is health. Whatever. 25% of points is a lot. And then all the way over here, right? Like the last couple points on herbal medicine, 15% total. I mean, it's a lot of stats, and those stats go a really long way in making you successful in these battles. So that's one way you would beat someone, even if they're bringing the counter to whatever troop type you have. Lois Tolentino is asking, I'm trying Joan. Oops, let's fire this off real quick. Bada boom. I'm trying Joan and Charles for max rage generation, similar to rage tanking, but Charles' skill for tanking is not healing. While they both have additional damage for troops. Any opinions or tips? I think it's awesome. I mentioned that earlier in the stream, actually, as a thing that could be really interesting. I think the shield is kind of like healing. The heal on Richard is so good, though. I think that's what really makes it tick, especially because I'm pretty sure that in fact, I know for sure that a part of what makes rage tanking totally nuts is that you're doing healing, and healing makes it so that you do more damage. So not only have you elevated the amount of healing that you're doing, but also that healing does more damage. That's a part of what makes rage tanking nuts, and why, like, Charles Martel is good, but probably not the best choice you could have. Sarang is a free-to-play player. I just got T4 troops. Who would you recommend as the secondary commander to Boudica? I mean, it depends on what other commanders you have that have a lot of skills. The beauty of Boudica is that you could take it in any direction you want. She's a generalist. So if you can run a full march of a specific type of troop, then I would enjoy using one of those commanders that's dedicated to a specific troop type. Bloody Juggernaut. Sorry for another question, but who would be the best city burning duo? Ooh. City burning is a different question entirely. Let's fire off this level 30. Oh, baby, level 30. And we're going to send a bunch of commanders like we did before to get experience. To do that, we're going to need to get a bunch more action points. Let's see here. We're going to attack. We're going to send new troops. Who are we going to send? We'll send Lohar. And who are we going to power level? Kusunoki. We're going to send our crossbowmen. Here we go. We're going to power up our action points. Okay. And we'll send them. And we'll attack again. And we'll send some cavalry. Let's do cavalry. Like, this seems good. Bada boom. We're going to send these guys over. And is there one more army we can send for just insane amounts of experience? We can send Belisarius with... I mean, I guess... Nah, we're going to level him up a lot in a minute. Here we go. Olgi. Why not? Get a little experience on Olgi Mundak. It's funny. We have leveled up our commanders so much by doing Shrine and Altar Guardians. It's unbelievably powerful. I suppose I should have parked all my troops. Pro tip. Pro tip. Park all your troops. I could have saved... I mean, I guess it's just like 2 action points per troop group, but whatever. All right. I just got excited about talking about what I was doing. Let's send our Boudica with CPO. Send the Sammies and keep rocking this. Park the army. Now answer questions. Is Mehmed II good for anything? Mehmed II is a beast. He's a beast. Watch my video tomorrow. We'll talk about Mehmed II. He'll be covered. By the way, how much experience do we get for that? It looks like it's the same for every increment of 10. But it goes up for the things that are in between. So that's pretty cool. And voila. Here's our rewards for 30. Pretty decent. I mean, I'll take rewards. I'll take rewards. Do you know how many arrows do we need for a level 25 tower? Yeah, for the level 25 watchtower, you're going to need a solid 5,000 arrows of resistance. So use your action points on the Karak ceremony. Use your action points on events that have a ton of arrows, like Lohar. The Lohar event is very, very good for farming up a bunch of arrows. Spacewalker. At the moment, he's the strongest nuke, but I don't know after the update. Yeah. Mehmed, I mean, his AoE is really, really good. After the update, I mean, I think it's still going to be good. We'll see. We'll see how it all changes. How can I unlock a very famous legendary commander named Chisgule? I'm not a Pokemon. You can't catch me or unlock me. Jlax, Chis, do you know how much they will nerf Isongye and Mehmed? Any informations? I got nothing. I got no information. But when I know, you will know. And I'll probably find out the exact same time you find out. Ty Fam is saying, what? 5,000 arrows of resistance? That's right. And your castle to level 25, I'm pretty sure, is also 5,000 Books of the Covenant. So, yep. That's probably what I'm going to spend my gems on for the More Than Gems event. I'm the happiest human on the face of the earth that this event came back. No big deal. Pretty happy about that. We're going to spend them on Books of the Covenant. All but guaranteed. That's where they'll go. Eduardo, hey Chisgule, can you show the rewards for finishing level 100? Yeah, I can show those. We covered them at the beginning of the stream, but for those that have just joined, the Occult Treasure at level 100 on the Nightmare tier of difficulty. And that's right, folks. We are doing Nightmare difficulty right now. Nightmare difficulty is a solid 9 legendary commander sculptures, which I feel pretty good about. A whole heck of a lot of gems. And experience and speed ups, 25 hours. I'll take it. I'll take it. We're just cruising along. We're cruising along. Rodulfo says, please answer Ulji and Sun Tzu, or Ulji and Boudica. Ulji is the primary commander. If you think you're going to be fighting a lot of players, then Sun Tzu with Ulji is the better combination. If you're talking about garrison defense, it's definitely Ulji and Sun Tzu. If you're talking about open field combat and it's a single target, Ulji and Boudica might be a better play. And I'll add that if you can only have a handful of commanders that you work on, if you're like free to play or only a low to moderate spender, then Boudica has a lot of flexibility. You can see even I'm still using her. I'm still using her to power level some of my commanders. And that is because on her second skill, she offers 20% experience gain. And she is really good, 25% extra damage. So Peacekeepers are really good for this particular event. Harry is asking, how do you get Books of the Covenant? You have to rally Barbarian Forts. Occasionally you get them in your Alliance gift. So I know I got some recently from our Alliance gift. We have a level 20 Treasure of Blue Crystal, which is pretty sweet. Not going to lie. So sometimes that's got 10. Otherwise, you just buy them for 10 gems a pop, which is why the More Than Gems event is a really good time to level up your castle. I don't think there's a good way to get tons of Books of the Covenant, by the way, which is why I think it's worth buying Books of the Covenant and farming your Arrows of Resistance. That's the way I would do that. Sun Tzu or Kusunoki with full garrison setup for defending your city hall. Both are great. If you know you're going to get a big swarm attacking you, Sun Tzu is better. If you want a commander that's a little better for a single target, I think Kusunoki is a really good play. Both of them are great for garrison defense. So ultimately, like, you might just lean toward which one's leveled up the highest and has the dedicated garrison tree build. Can you see my Sun Tzu skill tree? Yeah, I'll show it to you, but it's a little embarrassing because I don't have any points applied. Also, I mean, I'll win this barbarian fight. I got this. I think it's about time to send a better army, though. I don't have any points on Sun Tzu because I don't know what I want to do with him yet. I just use him as a secondary for basically everything. So I haven't figured him out yet, but on my wall, here is the build I have on Kusunoki. And I would rock the full garrison tree. I love everything in here. And I would get Rejuvenate. And I think that's the sweet spot. I've started to expand a little bit more into this tree, but it's really all about full garrison tree and then Rejuvenate. Ooh, Madra says their Ark of Osiris registration starts tomorrow. Kingdom 112. Dude, Ark of Osiris is so fun. Ark of Osiris is so fun. I absolutely love that event. I have to send my army back to town, and we're going to start to send a tougher army. We're going to start to send a tougher army. Let's put some experience onto our Cao Cao now as the primary, and let's rock full calves. We're going to work on leveling that up. All right, Chis, do I need to rush City Hall 25 or just upgrading everything before rushing? So that is actually, whoopsies, a more interesting question than I think you intended. It was a very good question. Should you be rushing City Hall 25? And if so, how? I'm going to add on to it and ask how. Because yes, you should be rushing the City Hall. No, you should not be leveling everything evenly. The City Hall is going to force you to level up buildings within your city, so don't worry about that. The things you should be leveling with your city hall include the academy, because every time you level up your academy, you can unlock new things for research, and also it increases your research speed. And then also your Alliance Help Center is a pretty good one to be leveling up with your city hall. So that is important. And what I'll add is I used a ton of general speed ups to get to City Hall 25 faster. And I'm sort of wishing I didn't and that I had saved them for research, because I've gotten to a point where I'm going to run out of things to build, which means, like, yeah, it's good I got to City Hall 25 quickly, but I should have used maybe only the building related speed ups to get there and used all my other speed ups to get T5 troops. You see what I mean? So if I were doing it again, I might have saved some of those general speed ups to instead go toward research. Chisgule, are they nerfing Sun Tzu? No. They are changing AoE damage for, I think it's Mehmet and Yi Song-ye, but no, they're not changing the epic commanders. I think hardcore servers should be a thing where you can't buy anything to give free-to-play a chance. You know, I don't know if you remember the jumper guide that I made with Telerian once upon a time, but one idea that he had that I thought was really kind of interesting would be a server where you paid like $50 up front, and then from that point, there were no purchases whatsoever. 0 purchases. You get, because you paid $50 up front, you get like some amount of gems every week or something interesting, but like you pay in and that's it. I think that'd be kind of cool. I think that'd be a really cool server. You could do a bunch of kingdoms like that. Have a whole continent of them. Caleb, oh yeah, that's what you said. Let's see. How much have you spent on the game? North of $1,000 easy at this point. Easy north of $1,000. Man, my armies are taking a beating. My armies are taking a serious beating. Oh, and that's a really hard battle. Jeez, I'm gonna go back to town. I mean, like, we're not even at level 40, and it's telling us that battles are hard. This is gonna be intense. This is gonna be intense. Nightmare difficulty. It might actually be hard, folks. It might actually be hard. T-Fox, hey, what's going on, dude? I know you comment on a lot of my videos. Love it, man. Really appreciate that. Our kingdom has gem spending event. Yup, we have the gem spending event too. We are over the moon. Super pumped about it. EW Tube Watcher, you've spent about $200. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Navinara is saying I should use a 25% army expansion. I should. I probably should. I thought I was going to go all the way to 100 tonight. I don't know. Am I going to go all the way to 100? We'll see. We'll see if this becomes a marathon. That's going to be like a 4-hour stream. That's going to be like a 4-hour stream to pull that off. Plus all the rallies. I don't know. We'll see how far we get. And then maybe we'll stream more tomorrow. That seems fun. That seems fun. Edward is saying it piles up so quickly. Yes, the spending does pile up really quickly. It's pretty remarkable. But so do the gems and all the rewards that come with it. So, I don't know. I've been happy with all my purchases. There's probably a couple things I would do a little differently. Oh, I get it. I said EW Tube Watcher, but it's you, like you, YouTube Watcher. Got it. Bloody Juggernaut. Guy in my kingdom spent almost $2,000 and another $700 into his friend. Wow. But we just zeroed him since he dictated our kingdom. Woo! Yeah, it turns out that it helps to have friends. Sure does help to have friends. I'm watching a lot of Game of Thrones right now because I'm also playing a Game of Thrones browser game that we got beta access to. It's actually closed beta access. So I'm going deep on all the Game of Thrones lore, and man, I'm loving it. I'm loving all this Game of Thrones stuff. Why do I mention Game of Thrones? Because it seems like in Game of Thrones and in Rise of Civilizations, having friends really does help. Who can you trust? Boy, I hope you have someone. David Long is saying I'm not going to get any sleep. Yeah, well, if this becomes a 4-hour stream when we take out the nightmare tier of the Karak ceremony, then yeah, it might be a 4-hour stream. Gamer49, that scrub. Hold on. Let's get this next thing summoned. Man, we're flying through these action point potions. But that's cool. That's what they're here for. Summon another thing. Battle it. Wait, it's already a hard battle? It's already a hard battle. This is level 38, and it's telling me it's a hard battle. Are you serious? I'm going to have to watch it to make sure I don't get wrecked. I mean, I know I don't have a full march because a bunch of them are injured, but like, are you serious? I mean, I'm going to have to bust out real troops. I may have to abandon the experience plan and just start to bring the muscle. So, Gamer49, that's scrub. A guy is 45 million power on my server. Second closest is 14 million. Wow, that's a good place to be. The 45 million power place. Wow. I wonder what you have to spend to get there. Probably in the realm of 10,000 to get there that much faster than everybody else. Ooh, Throwaway is saying, read the books. They're much better and detailed. All right. Rodulfo, please answer. Epic commander with expertise or legendary commander without expertise? Ah, the $1 million question. By the way, it said this was going to be a hard fight, and I totally wrecked it. I mean, I'm going to have to go back to town, but I totally wrecked it. So, I'm going to queue up the next level of the Karak ceremony, and then I'm going to answer that question of epic or legendary. I can tell you now, my Charles Martel is at 5300. And I debated just like leveling him up and getting some of his skills going, and using him with Richard I. But I decided that I would rather have a fully expertise skill Boudica than a 5311 Charles Martel. And maybe that's not the right break point. Maybe I've already crossed the threshold and I should be using Charles Martel. But I'm being really patient because when you look here at this skill, it's worth mentioning that every time this skill gets leveled up, you get 3 percentage points instead of 2, which is better than all the prior skill points that went into it. So I'm going to max this skill out before I proceed any further. That's my plan. So I would say the break point might be in the realm of like, if you've hit 5411 or equivalent, you're probably better off with the legendary. It depends on which legendary and like what you're doing probably, but in general, I think that might be true. Ramon is saying, so it will be harder and funnier than we all thought. Yeah, this event is going to be hard. I mean, they did call it Nightmare Tier, and they do mock me for being scrawny and unworthy. Oh, now they're saying no one can defeat me. Oh, wait, hold on. I can find the one where they mock me, but in the meantime, now we're up to level 40. It's getting real. What's my alliance member up to? All right, they're on level 10. Cool. We're up to level 40. Oh, and it shows the rewards. Yeah, it shows the rewards. What armies do we want to send? I mean, I guess we're just going to get a bunch of experience again. We're just going to get a bunch of experience. Holy cow. Do you see how it says it's a hard battle? Do you see this? Do you see this? Holy moly. Let's send some crossbowmen. Let's send this guy. Let's send... I mean, like, I'm not sending real armies right now because it's such a low level. I just, like, whatever. We're going to beat this, right? I guess I should have power leveled somebody else. I guess we'll power level over here. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're just going to beat it. Put a new commander in. I don't know. Sure, we'll power level this guy a little. Oh, I did that. Whatever. Don't care. Getting tired. And we're going to get like 40,000 experience a pop from each of these guys, which is really good. I should have used my Belisarius as the primary there because he's specialized as a Peacekeeper. I forgot I swapped my Minamoto off of Peacekeeper. So that was level 40. It's already telling me it's going to be a really hard fight, but we just got like a zillion experience points. And feeling good about that. We're up to 41. I guess we're getting to the point where the fight is real. We're getting to the point where the fight is real. And we're probably going to start bringing like Cao Cao Minamoto to more of the party. Yeah, it's going to be a thing. Who should we send for now? Who should we send for now? I'm trying to put experience on a CPO. I'm really trying to put experience on a CPO. It tells me neck and neck, whatever. That's fine. All right. Nader. So Nightmare Boss is so OP. Yeah, Nightmare Boss is seriously OP. We're definitely going to have to rock an army expansion. I'm going to have to heal troops. I haven't paid attention to that for a while. Let's see how many we have to heal. Yeah, a lot. We'll do it in chunks. Wow. We're definitely going to have enough troops to do this. And get really far as an individual contributor. Wouldn't Martel as first be better with Boudica for the damage bonus for the first skill to hit? You know, maybe. Does the shield really last long enough for Boudica to get a damage bonus? I would consider using Boudica as the primary because she's going to be easier to level and she has the skill tree. So you're going to get those shields going off like all the time. I do like the idea, though, of the damage being elevated to her nuke. So you might test that out. I think that could be really good. I have a lot of donations from AB to Beast. Yeah, I got an unbelievable number of donations from AB to Beast. Thanks again for those. That was pretty amazing. He is my biggest donor by far. Did I not ask my alliance for help on healing my troops? No, I did. Okay, we're cool. Why am I not asking my alliance for help battling these bosses in the Karak ceremony? Oh, it's already a hard battle. We'll be fine, right? Yeah, we're fine. Because that's going to make all of them spend action points, and the critical factor for my members maxing out their Karak ceremony is going to be action points. So as much as possible, I don't want to ask my members to spend their action points. I want to get as far as I can by myself, and then we'll do rallies together. And I get that the loot is decent for them, but the problem here, I'm telling you, is going to be action points, and I need everybody to get really far. We'll camp my army. Who do I recommend for an archer setup? It depends on if you're doing PvP or battling barbarians. If you're battling barbarians, I don't know. I think you can have a lot of luck with, using a generalist peacekeeper like Boudica, followed by Kusunoki or Herman. I think Kusunoki and Herman are a fine pairing. They're both archer commanders. I think that's fine. I really like the movement speed, honestly. I think the movement speed is really, really crucial in PvP. So I will be looking to pair with another commander that isn't specific to another troop type, like maybe Joan of Arc or Boudica. Maybe even CPO, honestly. And I think that's a pretty good place to be. Any clue how many action points it will take to go through normal mode of the Karak without rallies? So, geez, I'm going to go back to town. How many action points is it going to take without rallies? Let's assume you have enough troops. The basic math that you would be doing is something like 40 action points or maybe 45 action points on average per attack and 50 action points on average to summon. So to make the math a little bit easier, it's like 100 action points per one that you have to summon, and you have to get through 100 of them. So there you go. 10,000 action points to get through all of it. It's probably more than that, though, because you're going to have to send multiple marches toward the end. That's my hunch. So, I don't know, 12,000 action points? I'm going to go through a lot of action point potions if I do it all tonight, and I am probably going to do it all tonight. We'll see. How long does it take from the start of a new kingdom to the Lost Temple? I don't remember. I want to say 65-ish days to 80-ish days. That's my guess. Hey, I want to start playing. What country should I choose? So what civilization should I choose? Picking civilizations is a lot of fun. And the thing that you should be thinking about for your starting civilization is absolutely going to be, wow, I'm already out of action point potions or action points. The choice is based entirely on what commander you're going to start with, because you're going to get a token to change your civilization at 10. So the question is, what commander do you want to start with? I think there's two great choices here. I think that Britain is a really good choice, and I love Boudica, especially if you're in the free-to-play realm. That's where I would go. And I also think Byzantium is really good because, yet again, you've got another cavalry commander here. Sorry, not cavalry, barbarian specialist commander. And the reason I would probably steer you toward Britain instead is that you get 20% more experience from killing barbarians with Boudica, which is a really good idea to power things up quickly. All right, Adkar's got another question saying, sorry to ask a lot of questions. No. Asking questions is totally cool. It's a live stream. That's what we're here for. Ulgi Scipio, full infantry, versus Pelagius Belisarius, full cavalry. My whale says cavalry will win since the Cav duo have higher Cav stats. I would use cavalry just because the cavalry talents are better for getting away if you get into a bad situation. And that might sound weird, but I'm telling you, you're going to get caught out of position, and with a full infantry army, you're just dead. With cavalry, you're going to have the charge talent, and that charge talent is going to give you 30% more movement speed. And you can actually get out of that situation where you've lost like half your troops. So that's my recommendation to you. We're cruising right along here. Lester says, Aloha Chisgule, what's your Minamoto talent tree right now and Cao Cao? If you saw my last video, I explained in depth kind of why I went the way I did. What I'm going to do for now is just return my troops, fire them off, and then we'll go look at those builds. So we're up to level 45. Feeling pretty good about that. Swap it up to knights. Dude, do you see this? Level 45 with a expertise unlocked commander as the leader, and my CPO, which is, somewhere in the middle. And it's telling me it's a hard battle. I mean, we're definitely going to have to use an army expansion, and we'll see how far we can get tonight. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Maybe we'll pop the army expansion tomorrow. Maybe that's the play. Maybe that's the play. So let's show you those talents. Well, let's park our troops. Make sure they don't go back to town. Now I'll show you the talents. So my Cao Cao is my barbarian hunting commander right now. And they've got cavalry talents. We're all about that rage generation here, where we can get it. And also the peacekeeping talents, insight, quick study, and trophy hunter. Mighty force for leading the rallies, killer instinct, and domination for damage. Again, undying fury for rage. And my preference really is to use Minamoto in that role of the barbarian hunter, but for Alliance Battlegrounds, we specialize Minamoto for PvP now. So here's what we're rocking on Minamoto for PvP. Full skill tree, leaving alone the talents that are off to the side. Then we're trying a bunch of march speed. There's march speed here, here, and here. So we picked up this Emblazoned Shield, which is really, really good along the way. Well, since we went that far, and then we picked up the march speed with 1 point in peacekeeping. So we get a lot of speed, and we have a lot of rage generation. And this fight is still going, which is incredible to me. I guess that's the reason to use two commanders that do high damage, is that the fights go a whole heck of a lot faster. We're doing pretty well here, though. Bada boom. All right, let's fire up a level 46. And then I want to see how my alliance is doing. Who is the furthest along in my alliance? Let's see. Oh, it's me. I guess that's not too surprising. So we got a bunch of players rocking Nightmare difficulty. When I say a bunch, I guess I mean less than 10. All right. All right. And a bunch of folks on hard, some folks on normal, and a few doing easy. All right, cool. I mean, you got to beat easy before you can get to the next tier. So there you go. I think we're going to take this up to level 50. We're going to take this up to level 50. We're going to beat the level 50, and then we're going to call it for the night. That's probably the play. Hey, Chisgule, Caesar 5511, and Martel 5511. Is it a good infantry troop? Sure. That could be a good infantry troop. Is Martel the leader? Is Martel the leader? Get all those sweet, sweet infantry talents? That could be interesting. So your arc cavalry build is Cao Cao main and Mina secondary? No. My arc cavalry build is Mina main, Cao Cao is my secondary. And the reason I did that is that I think the skill tree is just so good that I wanted to use that for PvP. So Minamoto is the primary, Cao Cao is the secondary. An interesting question for both full cav tree is better or full nuke. Honestly, I struggled with that a whole heck of a lot. And here's what made the difference for me. Because Cao Cao restores a not small amount of rage, and because they do so much damage if their skills are going off a lot, I decided to go with the skill tree. If you had commanders that were similar to, let's say, Scipio, and they had abilities that like lasted for 5 seconds, then I think the cavalry tree would be better, but I'm not aware of any cavalry commanders that operate that way yet, so I think the skill tree is the place to be, for now, anyways. Let's fire this off again. Bada boom. It's already telling me from the get-go it's a hard fight, which is unbelievable. Can you pair Minamoto and Cao Cao full cavalry just for show? Yeah, I'll show it off. Let's bring out the big guns. You want to see the big guns? We'll show off the big guns. At Car, an interesting question for cavalry. Full cavalry tree is better or full nuke? Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, I gotta scroll down. Mudahar, hey Chisgule, how do you feel about Sun Tzu primary and Mehmed's secondary for full infantry? I like Sun Tzu. Generates a lot of rage, and Mehmed as the secondary. Sure, I love that. Boosted skill damage seems real good. The pairing, I approve. Yeah, I like that a lot. Mahalo. Hey, are you, Lester, are you hailing from Hawaii? You don't have to say if you are, but mahalo is the tell. Brian, hey, what's going on? I have Richard and Charles. From what I hear, Charles should be the primary. Should I take Charles in the infantry tree or the defense tree? Infantry, if you can rock those full infantry, baby. If you can rock that full infantry, that's the way to do it. What would you change to make El Cid a must-use? If I was a game designer, I wouldn't change El Cid at all. What I would instead do is release a different commander that makes El Cid really, really good. Does that make sense? Because I think El Cid is actually probably fine. There's just not a combination of commanders necessarily where he has kind of a chance to shine yet. Let me show you, by the way. Here's the talents I have on Richard I for like a full infantry PvP setup. And these 2 points were just kind of throwaway points. They could go wherever I wanted. If you want to see the full description of this, like 2 videos ago, I covered it super in depth, how I made that build. Hey, Gurman Mudahar for the $5 donation. Thanks for the answer. Really appreciate the donation. That's awesome. That's awesome. And hope the answer was helpful. Wakiki Hobo just got Richard in your kingdom. Dude, Richard is a monster. Why is Richard a monster? I mean, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but his skills are relevant almost everywhere. His skillers are relevant almost everywhere and almost every single one of them, which is just incredible. Who should I pair Charles Martel with? Optimally, you go with Richard I. You could also go with Ulji. I think he's a great pairing, and I think Boudica is also strong. You could do Joan of Arc if you wanted to make it a more supportive unit. So Mina main, Cao Cao second is better for cavalry PvP, in my opinion, yes. Yes, if you're doing a bunch of farmer killing for the Mighty Governor, the mobility tree will be better, and you'd want to use Cao Cao as the primary. Otherwise, yeah, I would use Minamoto as the primary. With that said, let's send these guys back to town, summon the 49, and bring out the big guns. We're bringing out the big guns. We're going to use Cao Cao primary, Mina secondary. In my perfect world, it really should be the other way around. But we're going to just show you how we have it set up with peacekeepers. And by the way, one of the huge benefits of doing it this way is that you get a ton of these resource packs during this event. At least I'm pretty sure you do. I could be wrong about that. We're at 20,517. Let's just see if we get a resource pack. By the way, look at the damage on that. 13,000. Whoo! Then the damage over time for a total of 12,000 plus. Yeah. That's real strong, my friends. That's real strong. Oh, cool. We got confirmation in the chat that you get the level C resource packs. That's good. We'll park the army. And bada boom. We're just going to confirm. Boom, there it is. We got more resource packs. We're going to summon level 50. This guy's going to hit hard. But we're going to send a bunch of armies to get a ton of experience, so I feel good about that. We're going to send some crossbowmen. All right, use some action point potions. We're going to send some crossbowmen. We're going to send our calves. We're going to send Boudica with somebody to get experience. Oh, Scipio. We're going to send our Sammies. And we're going to send one more army because it's worth it for the experience. We're going to put Belisarius with Pelagius. And send those guys. And we're going to pull down 200,000 plus experience in total across all my commanders, which is pretty nuts. The More Than Gems event is out in Kingdom 121. Yeah, it is. How can I defeat one of my mentors, Chisgule? Ha! Well, if you find me in the Ark of Osiris battleground, you can square off with my alliance. I'm pretty excited for Ark of Osiris. Not gonna lie. Dude, look how much damage. I didn't notice. Look how much damage Lohar took here. Holy cow. I mean, I guess we're on a level 50 boss on Nightmare difficulty. We would expect it to hit pretty darn hard. And now let's look at the sweet, sweet rewards. Level 50. Let's see. Let's do a tally. 105,000 experience. Plus another 70,000, so 175,000 experience. Plus another 70,000, so 240 plus. Plus another 80, so 320,000 plus experience. Was that worth a solid 160 action points? I'd say so. I feel good about that. And the rewards are looking juicy. Love it. Love everything that's happening here. Whew. All right, my friends. I don't think I have the stamina to keep going. It's been a long day, late night. I got to make my video for you tomorrow. So I'm going to cook that up now. I'm going to answer these final questions, maybe with some gold keys rolling in the background. And then we're going to head out today. Tomorrow in the morning or afternoon, we're probably going to be streaming to go from 50 to 100 in this event. So that'll be sweet. So we're going to open a key, and I'm not going to look. You tell me if it's good or not. OMG if it's good, LOL if it's not. And let's answer some of your questions. When is the event for Lohar coming back? Seems to be every 3 weeks these days, maybe even every 2 weeks. Do you raid the VIP store for the AP potions? Heck yeah. I buy the AP potions, the stars, the speed ups for resources. Basically, I buy everything for resources. And I also buy the 8-hour speed ups. Sometimes I buy the 5 million chunks of food, but I haven't done that in a while. Oh my god, saying, thank you for being the BAMF of rock content creators, Chisgule. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. A bunch of lols. This chest must be a joke. All right, new chest. Oh, geez, that chest was a joke. Do you think Frederick the First and Scipio are good for open field combat? Heck yeah, they're good for open field combat. They have the army size increase, total of like, what is it, 25% combined? That seems really good. Yeah, they're great. What about Belisarius as the primary? 30% defense reduction would essentially mean 30% extra skill damage. Yes. No, I think Belisarius as a primary is very, very good. David Long is saying I should just get some coffee. Man, I'm going to go to bed. But good news. Tomorrow, expect a stream at some point during the day for a solid hour and a half to 2 hours easy, because it's going to take that to beat this Karak ceremony, and we're going to beat it. A bunch of lols and OMGs. This chest is really mixed, huh? Oh, hey, stars. I need stars. How's the next one? Is Minamoto at 5323 and Kusunoki at 5341 good for PvP and PvE? The problem with mixing Minamoto and Kusunoki is that they care about different troop types. It's not the best choice. That said, if you're in the early game, you could use that combo and do work. They both do skill damage, and the Rage Restoration with Minamoto as the primary will be very, very strong for both PvP and PvE. What's the difference of a damage factor and additional damage factor? So some skills do additional damage factor, which means they typically happen on like a later turn. And damage factor happens like right away, typically. And some things buff additional damage factor, some things buff normal damage factor. Our chest has Gaius Marius. Well, that's kind of a joke. Let's open another one. Chis, my Mina is at 50%, and I have 300 stars. Should I go for it to 6 stars? If you're at 50% and you have 300 stars, I think you're going to make it. Am I going to live stream my next Alliance Battleground? Man, I don't know if I can ever stream my Alliance Battleground, because people are going to like watch to see what I'm doing and calling out my strategies. If I could do it with like a 15-minute delay, that'd be good. CA Andromeda, my Alliance loves your videos. Hey, thanks so much, David Long. I'm AKA Dragon Rider 1961. Thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. What hero is good for protecting our castle for level now? I think you're saying like what's a good garrison commander? Any of the garrison commanders are great. I would steer you away from Herman because he's got move speed, which you don't need for garrison defense, but all the garrison commanders are great with the garrison talents. How did you come up with the name for my channel? Oh man, an origin story. Oh, by the way, this gold key is kind of a joke. The origin of Chisgule Gaming. So I played a lot of World of Warcraft. And when I was starting out in World of Warcraft, for some reason I decided I wanted to make a troll. Because I just thought that race was really cool. And I was trying to think of an original trolley sort of sounding name. And Chisgule sounded like a good troll name to me for some reason. So Chisgule became my character name. And I played the heck out of WoW. I played that to a Gladiator title in Season 3, if that means anything to folks. It was 2v2. So, I mean, I like to play games very, very competitively and win in the end game. That's the thing I like to do. And on that note, my friends, this chest was not amazing. We'll open another one. I think we're going to head out. This stream has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the donations. Really appreciate those. Those are tremendously exciting to see. I'm probably going to do like a Patreon at some point with special benefits for folks that want to participate in that. Maybe it involves roster reviews, some of that sort of stuff. We'll see what that looks like. But until next time, my friends, thank you for being here, and you have fun smashing the kingdom.